let's get a little bit deeper before we jump into the next segment. How did you come into play with the whole Shady family?
It couldn't have been nothing but other than like destiny in my eyes, because of the circumstance of how it happened. It was I had some my studio equipment that I had. Well, let me go back. I got a call from the Guitar Center.
Okay.
And I'm like, Guitar Center. I pick up the phone. They're like, yeah, this Bird. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what's up? This Johnny Evans. I'm like, what's going on, Johnny? Right. He was like, yeah, man. You ever heard of D12? I'm like, yeah. He was like, well, they got some equipment in here. It just happened to be all the exact same shit you got, like from speaker wire down to the trip. And I was tripping like, damn, the exact same shit. And I'm like, he's like, yeah. He's like, but anyway, they don't know how to work that shit. And they asked for a good engineer, and I told them about you, whatever. So he's like, you want to meet him? So I'm like, sure. So I went over there to his studio was in his mom's basement over on Runyon Ave. Okay. The 9, and it was him over there, and S-Man, and Proof. And I had met Proof before because he used to always record at the studio that I was go to as an MC before I was making beats called Slick Tracks over on Cloverline. Okay. But anyway, I went over his house, and I'm showing him how to work the board and shit. And I was playing my music in the background while I was working the board as a way to sneak my music in there. So after a minute, they're like, that's dope. What's that stuff you playing? I'm like, oh yeah, that's my shit. They're like, oh yeah, that's dope, man. Then after a minute, he like, who made the beats on that shit? I'm like, oh, I did. He's like, oh, you make beats too? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's dope. He's like, that's what's up. So I let him keep the shit, and I went home. And he called me back like 5 in the morning, like, hey dude, hey man, we need to talk. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, can we have a meeting, go to breakfast? I'm like, cool. So, right. So we go meet up at breakfast at the Coney and shit, and we talking. He's like, man, I want you to be my partner. And I'm like, as far as what? And he's like, production. And I'm with it. So you know, just like that, I'm going through, and I'm coming over to the studio, and I'm really doing my mixing thing. I'm engineering. He bringing stuff through, and I'm like more like the engineer, technical guy type stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was my role, which I was playing. And when people would be leaving out the door ready to go with the coats on and stuff, I just, play some of my stuff in the background. And like, oh, what the fuck is that? Right. Like one time, Obi Trice, he was sitting over there for hours and hours, listening to beats from 9. He ain't hear nothing he liked. And he was like, okay, I'm out. And he was leaving, had his coat on. I'm like, damn, he ain't playing none of my beats. So I'm like, put one on. He stopped at the stairway and came back down. Like, that's it right there. And then I looked at me and I looked at him like, you know what I'm saying? Right. And that little look started happening more and more often and shit. So I started being known as a producer. So he was like, yeah, I need you to produce my brothers, you know what I'm saying? They want to rap now, so his brother Kalen and a couple other guys, they had a group called the Gutter Boys, you know what I'm saying? So I was producing them, and the shit started sounding slamming. These Kalen, he ain't start rapping at the time since then, you know what I'm saying? So as time progressed, everybody got cool, like family, like brothers, we on the road, you know what I'm saying? People get into fights and just all kind of crazy, just being young, having fun, making music, it was great. But what I didn't tell them at the time was, I was in the street doing my little thing to even get in the studio before I even met them, and my past came back to haunt me or whatever. I ended up getting indicted, and I had to go to the feds. So I let the 9 know that I had to go to the feds or whatever, out the blue, and he ain't even know why or nothing like that. So when I went in, it was like, damn, they didn't really know if I was gonna be gone forever or what. It was a crazy situation. And when I came home, it was like the first day I came home, one of my homeboys called me on the phone, was like, you home, this, that, and the other. He's like, turn to MTV, man. So I cut on MTV, and I see Exhibit on there doing Multiply with it, with Exhibit and Nate Dogg, and it's my beat, Rebounds, we stack, I'm like, holy shit. I start jumping up and down like crazy, and I start jumping like, wait a minute, I ain't even know nothing about this shit, what's good? But I was like, I've been locked up, you know what I'm saying, I guess the 9 was making moves for me, you know what I'm saying? So I called the 9 up, he like, oh yeah, man, everything's straight, man, I got you, you getting your money, you credit check. All right, but that's cool, but he ain't tell me nothing about 50 Cent at the time. But he knew, but he ain't telling anybody because he did a deal a couple years ago. Before I got locked up, he did a deal about that shit, and then he didn't tell me about it. He was balling out in my face with my own money. You know what I'm saying? Before I went to the feds, I didn't even know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so trusting in him. Right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with trusting somebody. You just got to find the right person to trust. And it's it's a gift and a curse because with all the things he tried to do, if he hadn't did them, it still wouldn't. That's what kind of made me into the diamond. Pressure brushed pipes. It make diamonds, just so I didn't bust. He made a diamond, and my plaque is proof of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Diamond fucking plaque. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good with that. I ain't bitter at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here, and motherfuckers love my sound, and I definitely love what I'm doing. And I'm not going nowhere. My family eating off this shit, so you know what I'm saying? It's get down and lay down. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, motherfuckers. Period. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy about what I'm doing, and and I'm walking straight with my head up, you know, and I'm fearing nothing but God. And God put me on this mission, so I got nothing to fear. So
no doubt.
Yeah.
Now, how did your relationship come into twist with the one and only, rest in peace, Proof?
Well, like I said, we used to be on the road all the time. We used to be recording. Proof would come. I was doing the engineer thing, so Proof would come to the studio on the regular, and you know, instead of me looking in the studio at him in the studio like I used to do, now I'm graduating. Now I'm mixing and doing songs and stuff, and I'm recording him and shit. And so that was great for me, and I'm giving lyrical input on songs together. We, you know what I'm saying, I'm another silent member of the D12 family, you know what I'm saying? So everything was great, but it was like, but that money shit with the 9, you know what I'm saying, that just messed up everything. When I came home, it was kind of like, Proof came to me. He was like, Bird, he was like, I know you did that beat. He was like, we've been trying to get that nigga to do a beat like that since that one. He ain't been to do the shit. He was like, but it's business. He said, we in the group, this is how we eat this business, you know what I'm saying? But I love you. I was like, love you too, bro, you know what I'm saying? We was at 007s on the east side, and this was like right before he died, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that Proof, that's my nigga. Like, and right, another thing he did for me right before he died, he was working on his album, Sammy the Bull. He called me over to his Iron Fist studio downtown. I went out, he was like, yeah, Bird, I put you on the song with Nate Dogg, so now you got 2 with Nate Dogg, you know what I'm saying?
So, you got 2 late great icons, man, to add to your collection, man. And speaking of collection, man, let's go down the list of your catalog, man, if you don't mind giving the people so they'll know the
yeah, some of the ones it's like I said, P.I.M.P from 50 Cent, Multiply for Exhibit, Prize from the Fugees, Light My Fire, Young Jeezy, I'm Back, Yo Gotti, what's the one with Yo Gotti, Oh Well, that just came out. I'm on the album with DM. My song was actually the first single for that. Before Oh Well came out, right before that, they dropped a video for Oh Well right before the DM. I was like, wow, that was a great opportunity. You know, saying that particular song, he picked that song because when he grew up, that was a song he loved listening to with his father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that at the time, but I found that out later. Like, wow, that was a great thing. And you know, T.I., Lil Scrappy, just Lil Wayne, Mask On. Just
Are you serious?
Everywhere I can get in, I'm here with some music, man.
Dude, you got some of the great ones on your catalog, man.
Yeah, I've been working with Too Short actually lately. It's that's somebody I grew up listening to, a legend, and he's doing a whole new project right now, and I was just honored that he wanted me to be a part of that. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I've been doing some crazy, you know, top secret work for that. Yeah.
I gotta say something. Get this man his money, okay, please, man. What's next for Bird?
Well, what's next for Bird is I've been working on a project called Road to Riches, and this is me as an artist as well as a producer around here, as well as some tracks from some of my personal people that, you know, we've been working together musically for years in the industry. Like one being Helliva, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
There's, you know, shouts out to my nigga Helliva, straight from Detroit, real nigga, do real
doubt,
things. We met in jail, you know what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
Like 18 years ago, you know. I mean, oh, my bad, put your business right here, bro. He had a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah. If I missed any records, I'll make sure I hit your website and put a whole discography on.
Look,
yeah.
You gotta make a promise to me, okay? When you come back to the home, dude, the first place that you got to hit is reality313radio.com down. We down there on Jefferson, man. Jefferson and Chalmers.
Well, y'all came all the way to California to see me. That's the least I could do next time I come home. So.
And we're gonna have some food for you too.
For sure. I'm a vegetarian now, though.
That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. We got a caterer. She'll hook it up for you, okay?
I still eat the macaronis and dressings and all that, you know.
Before I let you go, man, give the young producers coming up in the game and the young MCs coming up a little bit of knowledge, what to look for, and not get caught up in certain situations, man.
Okay, one thing, like when it comes to management, I don't feel like you should be out trying to find a manager until you understand what exactly their roles are, until you to a point where you can't handle all your business yourself. You need to stay as independent as possible, and as far as having somebody in your corner that's trying to help you make these right moves and all that, that's great. But you know, try to hold on to your publishing. Like if you don't know what that is, you know, put a lot of research into what your publishing is. You know what I'm saying? And try to hold on for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell your publishing. Keep your publishing. You can do what's called an admin deal, where you can have people, you know, helping over the oversight of the paperwork and the placements and whatnot, but you don't have to give up your publishing. That's like your 401k for your family. And as far as like getting out there, like one thing I did, I got a banging ass system in my car, and I would make beats, and I just go to where all the people was at, to those high schools and shit, and I would sit outside gas stations, and I just bang my shit to where all the people with the jury and shit was at, and they'd come up to me like, well, what's that shit right there? And I'd be like, oh, I made the beats, this, that, and the other. Next thing you know, they in the studio, and we going back and forth, we doing things, you know what I'm saying, networking. I did a song, I was like, I can hear Lil Jon on this shit. I drove all the way to Atlanta with that one motherfucking beat, found out where his office was, and went in there with that one beat. Next thing you know, the whole office in there, Vince, you know, everybody that worked at the staff was in there rocking to my beat, and that's how I got cool with them. And they brought Lil Scrappy in there. That's when he just got signed, and they came to Detroit, and I reached back out to him when they came to the D, and I ended up going to the A and staying there for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta's like a second home to me. I love the A, you know what I'm saying? That did a lot for me, you know, sharpening my musical sword, being able to be out there for so long, and then coming to the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? I'm just all over the world, just soaking up this music and putting it all together and focusing it like a beam for all of you. And I suggest you do the same. You know what I'm saying? Just take all your experience and express them through your music. Try to stay sucker free and read, man. Read books. You got YouTube. If you don't like to read, get on YouTube. Get all the interviews. All the information you need is available to you when it comes to that kind of stuff. So just utilize those tools, and then, you know what I'm saying, it's people that's in the game that you want to get to, go to where they at. Go to where they at. You don't need nobody else. Just go to where they at. And you think your most respectful approach would be to get to them, to listen to you and get their attention. You know what I'm saying? Their time is very valuable, just like yours. So, you know, just keep all that in mind. And, you know, be clear about this, and you're going to make it.
Now, for the future, who are you looking to work with? You know, what next young MC that you would love to work with, and what do you look to?
Man, I was so proud to see my Detroit people standing up and doing so many big things in the industry. I still have yet to, you know, work with Dej Loaf and T Grizzly. You know what I'm saying? Those are people that they right here. There's no reason why we shouldn't be, you know, putting some hits together. So those are two people I, you know, definitely love to work with. But outside of my city, you know what I'm saying, I love Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done business with Dre, but it's been so many barriers in between. I would love to just sit down and do some real work with Dre without no fuck niggas and fuck shit involved. You know what I'm saying? Just get all that. Let's just do some music, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, I've been making tracks for that man for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? It's time to put some of them out. You know?
No doubt. Well, I already know it's gonna happen because you that dope.
You got my number now.
Now let me ask you a question. For young MCs coming up, and you like to do music, or music is your life, what do you look into a young MC who comes to you be like, Bird, you the dopest producer I want to work with? What do you look that gets you hungry all over again to take a young MC up on
somebody that don't care what basically they don't care what I'm got going on. They just want they Bird. I gotta see that hunger and that drive in them. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm unavailable, they still out making something happen. Like well, I went out and I did this show, man, you know, and it turned out good. Too bad you couldn't make it. When I see you still making the effort, that's gonna make me make more effort towards you. You know what I'm saying? Because my time is valuable, and I don't been through plenty artists just so prima donna. I need you to have this for me and that for me. Ain't nobody have shit for me. Nobody want to give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no sympathy for that kind of shit. You gotta have a militant mind. So I like dealing with people that got a militant mind about their music.
That's what's
you know
up.
What I'm saying?
That's that hunger. That's that hunger, man. Right there, you heard it straight from the one and only Dirty Bird, okay? Represent LA and home to the D, okay? Man, we proud to have you on Reality 313. Thank you, man. We know your time is valuable, man. You didn't have to do this, man, but we appreciate you. And like I said, come home, man. Come on. We got some vegetarian food ready for you.
I'll be here in a couple weeks, man. I'll be here in a couple weeks.
We looking forward.
All right.
Thank you. One and only Dirty Bird right here on Reality313Radio.com. Check them out. Peace.